Give me that microphone. Oh, here it is. I got it. It's the one that's got the blue light. So, I had a dream years ago that I was solving the problem with atheism. And so they gave me the microphone to tell everybody on the planet how I had solved our problem. I think the problem is the hive mind. More about that in a minute. So, I'm kind of excited because I'm watching this YouTube video, The Neuroscience of Spirituality, Synchronicity, and the Awakened Brain, Dr. Lisa Miller. It's on Andre Duqum, D-U-Q-U-M, Andre, D-U-Q-U-M. I'm going to subscribe right now. There. So, I'm only into it 18 minutes. It's about an hour. I'm into it 19 minutes and it's 59 minutes long. So, I have this realization. I just got it. I just got the realization. So, back to the dream back in the early 90s when I was given the microphone to tell the people. But part of the knowledge that was received in this dream, see, they give us the dream. We think we're making all these choices in a dream. No, it's like a metaphorical you. They have total control of your dream. People that think they're controlling their dreams, they're just assisting you in that. This is what I think. You can think what you want to. So anyway, I'm really sure for myself that it's coming from my extraterrestrial friends. They know the future. They know there's a cosmic war going on between the leader of the hive mind that wants me to surrender and join the hive mind. I'm independent and you can be too. So you don't need to go through a separate God. You don't need to go through Jesus or Allah or me. You don't need to give your life to me or to Jesus or to Allah. You just have the awakened mind. See, I'll read what I put on as a comment. We all have this identity of truth. I'm talking about the one that is all things. It's not separate parts. It seems to us like it is. It's what we are already. So when you have the awakened mind, you realize, I don't need to give my life to Jesus. Jesus can connect with them too, just like me. He doesn't need a group to empower him. He can learn that he's already connected. He is already that. That is already him. The one that's everything is already Jesus. He doesn't need us. See what I'm saying? He's probably relieved. What you think? So anyway, there's like this game that somebody wants to have control of everybody, a narcissist. There's a cosmic narcissist. Let's imagine a cosmic narcissist. The Gnostics called it the demiurge, the archon, the chief archon. And in my dream, it was shown as a group of aliens that had Earth under their control by getting us to join with the group, with the hive mind. And so anyway, we all have this identity of truth. It's the truth. It's scientifically true, what I'm telling you. This is my opinion. We want to prove this, somehow find a way to prove this. So scientists can join with me on proving what I'm talking about. We are not dependent on someone else. The one that is everything is us independently. We don't need a go-between. This is the awakened mind. Knowing that the one that has all power, that is everything, is what I am. And it's doing all this. It's moving my arm around. It's talking on the microphone. And I think I'm doing this. No, there's no me. It's just the one. That's all there is. There's not anything outside of the one that's everything. So, we do not need to surrender to the hive mind. There are people that want us to. Like MAGA. They have a hive mind that we're supposed to surrender to them or they'll kill us. That's funny. That they think they have to do that. It's like the thief that thinks he has to steal stuff because he doesn't have the know-how to get things without stealing. I don't have to do that. I don't have to threaten to kill people so that they do what I want. So, let's see what I wrote. This was in response to what they're talking about on the video. I really like Lisa Miller. She's awesome. It's like she's bringing science into spirituality. That's what I'm all about too. The physical. See, I'm a physicalist, so fundamentally, I think there's physical reality, and it didn't have a brain in it. Brains evolved, and suddenly they're quantum entangled with the whole cosmos. But our brain doesn't know that. I talked about this in the last video. Our brain is not made to understand quantum entanglement. It's made to see separation. That's what it's designed to do. Anyway, the physical is also quantum entangled with the universe. Even without a brain, it's quantum entangled. It's all one thing. I am a spiritual physicalist. I argue that the Sikhs are right, and there is only one thing that is all things. The things are not separate fundamentally. Me and you and everybody else, we're not really separated. It's us. There's just one. That's all there is. The thing is physical, and from it brains evolved that generate consciousness. It is the one thing that does all the goings on. It's the brains evolving. It's the compounds that go into making DNA. It's the stars that go supernova and make heavier elements. It's all one thing. We see all these different atoms, but they're from one wave field. We can look at it that way. It's all the single wave field, scientifically. So it's doing all this. I'm not really here. It's doing this. The thing that's me, it is doing it too. So we're secondary as separate ego people with egos. But this is a secondary reality to the fundamental one physical reality. I do not think there is a God that created this oneness. It's self-created. This perspective is nicely matched with scientific understanding. The materialists, the physicalists, that haven't communicated with extraterrestrials yet. They will soon, and they will then be spiritual physicalists. Because that's the word we use, is spiritual, when we're talking about telepathic communication. We don't have to use that word. We can call it PSI, or paranormal ability, to communicate with extraterrestrials. Also, our brains can communicate with advanced extraterrestrials that have traditionally been called God. This is what we thought was God. See what I mean? So all of our God stories are based on actual extraterrestrials. I do not identify with my ego perception of being a body mind. We're not the body, we're not the mind. That's a spiritual teaching. Wow, science is in agreement. We don't have free choice. There's no free will. The choices, the free will that we have is secondary to the reality where we don't have free will and we're not making choices. It's making all the choices that we make. It makes the choices, and we think we're doing it. It's like a child that thinks they're driving the car, but they're really not. It's really you driving the car, and they think they're doing the whole thing. You know what I mean? So, God is me, but I am not God. You can call it God, this oneness. God is all there is. God is what you are too. But we will never be God. There is nothing that is not God already. God is one. When we are non-existent, God is us. So I don't have fear of death because that's already what I am. This is just a really cool illusion of being alive, having a separate identity that's born and dies. But we're safe because the one is what we really are. So they say spiritually that we don't die. We're not born and we don't die. Like in Buddhism, the original face that before you were born, they're pointing toward the oneness. That's our original face. Is the one thing, the one hand clapping. That's also a Zen riddle. Can you hear the sound of one hand clapping? It's just one. When we are non-existent, God is us. Wonderful. No worries. We are not the body or the mind. We are actually, the one is what we are. Fundamentally. That's our fundamental identity. And that's what the Sikhs teach. It's called Sat Nam. Truth is Sat in Hindi, Sanskrit. Nam means name or identity. Truth identity. That's my interpretation of it. So that's about all I have to say. It's like they're trying to get me to surrender to their group. I never will, because I'm awakened. See, you can't get a Buddha to surrender. There's people that have said things like, the gods don't like awakened humans. So they told me that I'm a god. You know, people are giving their life to me, and they're giving their life to Jesus. That's unnecessary. Just know that your life is already that. That is your life. The one is already your life. Then you're awakened to that. So I wonder if females are different because they're more social. Maybe they choose to be a hive mind, a single identity. Somebody used to have a bumper sticker that said one woman. And I don't know that's what I thought of, is like they're all collectively, because of their connected, they have this identical genetic trait and things that are different in a man. So maybe men are biologically not wanting to, all the males don't want to join and be one male, but maybe all the females want to join together and be one female, a hive mind that knows that the one is them. It's their hive mind. So whatever. You see, I just don't know. I'm curious about what women will make of this. Because traditionally they said things like women can't be awakened. You know what I mean? I think I'm onto something here. But I think maybe some of the women, they'll get through the fear and they'll be independent. They'll become independent. The one will be them independently. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. The one is them independently. It absolutely is. But they can be in a group if they want. It's like I can be in a group of like I'm practicing Buddhism with the group, with the Sangha. So that is a group I'm with. And there's people there trying to get me to surrender to their clique so that I'm giving my life to them. No, because I already am awakened. See what I'm saying? So it doesn't happen. I just realized I don't have my extra light source on, and that's okay. The computer screen lighting is what we have. So anyway, thanks for listening. We're close. See, this is a big deal, this argument. And when people become awakened, as I've awakened and as the Sikhs are awakened, as the Buddha was awakened, then it's like, what marvelous power, chopping wood and carrying water. This from the Zen monk that awakened to his independence, to the fact that the Buddha is him. Thank you.